All right, here are my trades today. Um, my first trade was on Nvidia, I believe. Yeah, it was Nvidia, and then it was CCL shortly after. So, um, basically going for a range resistance on both of them. I was seeing a range resistance setup for a lot of stocks, so that was sort of my theme today. Um, Nvidia, as well as SPY and those and AMD, etc., have been bullish ever since the strong reversal hammer. Um, but I felt like it was really going to need to push through this level in order to keep going. And 3 days in a row of an up move, and then you have a good level here. Felt like this was going to give a good short. And if you zoom out a bit here, you can see the level pretty clearly. Um, Here's Nvidia, comes down, holds this level here, holds, breaks through it, retests, and then resistance there, resistance there, resistance there. And so now it's back up here. And like I said, 2.5 days now of bullishness. And then you run into this level that was clear, pretty good level here. I felt like we were just gonna probably see some weakness, and um, obviously, you want to wait for confirmation and stuff like that. And then, what I also do is ask myself, is there a good target? Is there a target that that I believe in? And if I do, then that's another um, good reason to enter if it's given me what I like. Um, and I felt like I felt like there was a couple targets. This was a good one here, which I marked with an X. And then, I felt like if it does get below that, it could go down here, which is lines up with an ATR. But mainly, this was going to be my main target here, this general lower area down here, which it ended up going to. And so I do feel like I missed the trade, but I'll explain what happened here. Um, Gave somewhat of a rising devil, 5-minute opening range up here, showed some weakness. This was a level to me here. I'd rather not get in it so early. I actually would prefer to get in it right around here at 10:30, but I just felt like it hit it so quickly and then started rejecting it. So I got in with a general wide stop here. Felt like it wasn't too wide to where my risk reward was still set up to get down here. Um, and then it pretty much worked on the fourth 5-minute candle. But then I did add in. I felt like, okay, opening range breaks low of day here, which is also the high of yesterday. So I felt like that was kind of a good secondary level to add in. Um, the only thing is, ads are tricky, and so when I added in, I probably should have told myself, well, it needs to work right away, otherwise get out of that ad. And I just waited a bit too long and lost a little bit too much on that. And then, if I would have gotten out of it really quickly, I would have kept my stop up here. But basically, I got out, lost a little bit, and you can see here that it did a double top combined with a sort of a climactic hidden offer. And I do remember looking on the level 2 and seeing I think it was 285. There was a large offer, which I thought was interesting, especially on the way back up. I saw that large offer and I was like, that's probably a good clue as to when to get in. Looks like it might have hit a 85 and maybe even an 86 offer, and then a rip back down. And that should have been, I should have tried one more time. But like I said, I was trading CCL. But I do think that's, I have a really good level. Timing is not always correct here. So it does a double top mixed with a bit of a climactic volume here. You can see on the 1 minute, it looks even better. Really big shooting star. Not like climactic volume, but generally pretty large. And you combine that with it being right around the level that I liked. So I think all signs point to enough reasons to try it one more time. Could have tried it on one of these 1 minute lows here, anywhere in here. And then if I go back to the 5 minute, sort of breaks this neckline here. and then goes back down to the low of day again. And so I could have either partialed there or tried to add in again, and that ad would have worked this time. I put a zone here as to where, this was a good sort of midpoint, and then it went all the way down here. So I feel like that would have been a good trade. Probably could have made 3, 4 plus R on that had I gotten in tight enough up here. But yeah, and then gave some back later. Just non A plus trades here. Just trying to sort of feel that something was building, stuff like that. And really, if I would have made these trades, they would have been from here to here or from here to here. And because because those targets are not that far away, you got to get in pretty tight. And so just, not good by me. This was a paper trade. I was messing with some stuff after the market here. CCL, though, I got a good trade on. Sort of similar idea. Sort of a rising devil, only it rose really quick and went down really fast, but then went up again. Did sort of that double top that NVIDIA did, just looks a little bit different. I did get in really wide stop initially, super wide, and it still came up and got me, and it was kind of a stupid stop. When I zoom out, this level's not near as clean as NVIDIA's. NVIDIA's had multiple days with multiple times on each day hitting the level, whereas this one, you have one day, it hits it here, and then another day hits here, and then from there, every level is sort of different. So that to me makes this level not near as good. It's definitely a zone. And then you combine that with just CCL being the travel stocks, which I don't have that much success with. So, but the RVOL was up. I think it was up over 1 at one point. So that was looking good. I felt like if it wasn't going to break out, and if it did do a clear range resistance and it had over 1 RVOL, I felt like I was going to get a really good ATR move down within the daily here. So here's the daily. Like I said, the daily range is okay. Generally, VPOC, value is here. However, the levels that they create aren't very good because they're not hitting them. They're not precisely hitting them at the same spot. So that devalues this range and makes it more of a zone on top and zone on bottom. So so I got stopped out, saw a couple more shadows up here, another 5-minute new high, but then largest volume in this area, and then a new 5-minute low, got in short, started to work, felt like it was working. It did come back up, and I added in. This was risky, and this ad was really tight. This second attempt here was a really wide stop. It was like up here, and so I wanted to add in, and it was more like a 1.5 R risk total. And if you go to the 1 minute here, generally the things that I look at for range resistance, or in a lot of my trades, I have the ATR here, I have the good level, which, like I said, this wasn't an amazing level, but it ended up working out. And then I look at where's my targets, and I really felt like low of day was the best target here. And then we had a large bid sitting there the whole time at 2180. But I was watching it quite a bit down here, so I got out really heavy right here. This was my 70% out. This was this might have been 25% or less, and then this was 70%. So I had like, I don't know, 15% or less. I felt like that was my main move. I think I got 3.5 R on that, so I was happy with that. But yeah, I just really didn't like what it did the rest of the day. I mean, I would have loved to have gotten a really good RVOL move down. But of course, it's just compressing up here. So we might get a really good day tomorrow, whether it's a breakout or an opposite reaction back into the range and then a down move. When I zoom out, that target here of 2180, I don't really see an amazing level at 2180. Apparently, Eamon got long, really tight down here initially and got like a 7R move up. I don't really know where he got that level. Only reason I have this level is because it was low of day today. So I do feel like I could have added in. I know I tried it on NVIDIA, but I really do think that this was a really good ad. Um, I really want to start working on adding on trades that work and are making sense. As soon as a stock trade works, and the more that it's working and confirming and everything's working out more and more, I don't want to be finding places where I can get out. I want to be finding places that add confirmation and where I can add in, because I want to make it a one and done trade. I mean, we're trying all day to find these good trades, and sure, we can hit base hits and stuff, but if we get the one good trade, make it worth it and give it a 5, 6, 7+R trade, if we know what we're doing. And so that's what I'm going to really start working on. Um, and here, and this is not the best example, I liked the NVIDIA level better, but I liked how CCL worked for me. And I felt like NVIDIA wore me out a little bit. And had I kind of had this idea, ahead of time, I probably would have added in right here and then gotten out of it quickly if that ad wouldn't have worked. But, or I could have even waited a few extra minutes and added a little bit later, just for extra confirmation, for the idea that, double top, large wicks up here, double top around the good zone. It's leaving the zone here. It breaks the neckline. So all signs point to this thing is done for now up here, and it's most likely going down to that low of day, or the bottom 25 percentile. That's sort of what I'm thinking. It's not even 1 ATR either, so there's no way that this is not doable, at least for the ad, and to get heavy to at least get mostly out here. And then had it been that bigger trade where it uses the RVOL and goes down to the bottom of the range, I could have always just added in once price got under here and made a whole nother move. I could have added and made this a bigger trade, a longer trade to hold for a secondary play. But I really do think I could have added in here, added another half an R or an R risk, and then really made this partial down here a lot more worth it. So that's what I'm gonna keep working on. I don't want to over trade and stuff like that, but I just think that when I get in a good trade, the longer that it works, the more that it's working, the more that it's giving patterns that are in our favor. I want to have targets and be, I want to have ideas on where to get out, but the more that it works, I want to also have a plan on, okay, well, where can I add and make, the first half of this move heavier, so that the second half, or the back, or the bounce, where I can start to partial out. So get heavy on the way down and start to get light on the way up, or get light right near my target. So yeah. And Tesla I traded, and this wasn't very good. I tried a couple things. First, I tried a reversal because it hit high of day and then turned back around. VWAP was getting pretty flat, I think. I don't know, it was going up a little bit, but this was just these were okay. I was actually in the money. I just was thinking it was going to be a bigger trade here. Actually, I got out at break even, I believe, here. I got in, got out of some, and then added it back in. And then, so I don't know, probably lost a little bit in here because, I mean, Tesla's just really wicky and everything. So, and then I changed my mind and thought, you know what, if this thing isn't going to waterfall, and I was looking at it, looked at the ATR and thought, you know what, this actually could give us one more move up. It might be giving a big ascending triangle. And these are great, these ascending triangles that take a while are great to just add a little bit in and wait for extra confirmation later if it does show up. And actually, when I did get in here, I got in super small, and I could have held through this. But this is just me being worn out and impatient and stuff. But I did see a large ask at 1103, I believe. So I looked at that as, we have an ascending triangle potentially. I could get in small. This might not work, but if it does, I could see price hitting 1103 and that being more of an ignition, in which I would already have some in, and I could add in, make it more of a full R risk, and then get the leg or two up. And I feel like that would have been a legit trade. But again, it's not like that big one good trade that I'm talking about, where I can really get heavy. You know, this is probably another base hit. And so, I don't know, getting sick of these. Um, you know, I love trading, but I really want to get that once I find myself in a really good trade, I really want to get fucking heavy and make my day or my week with it. And then, you know, if I want to try some more base hits, do it. But yeah. And then I was just looking at JD and WFC and Viacom because Thor apparently had a bunch of shorts on these, which sort of made me feel like, well, maybe a lot of trades or a lot of stocks sold off today and gave a range resistance, but I really don't understand these setups that much. So I think that's about it. And so SPY. Yeah, I had an inside day, so I guess what I'll look at is tomorrow. Oops. You know, wherever it is, I'll say, okay, well, do we have good levels to work with for tomorrow? Because a lot of times these inside days can give a good high and low to trade around tomorrow. So I'll probably have the high and the low set, and for all of these stocks for the most part, and then see, you know, if like say SPY's again gapping up tomorrow, or say it's making its way up, well, maybe we could get a pullback to one of these levels, get long, and maybe break 473 and go long, or maybe we'll have another inside day, and then maybe we'll even break down. So no matter what, just want to sort of work around this inside day and use these levels as best as I can. They're not the best levels. You can just tell some days when you have really good fresh levels, but here there's a couple different ones. For example, NVIDIA, you know, I had that really good one up here, and I would say that that was respected again. So we're going to see some more resistance up here, even though it did break it a little bit. So we'll see. You know, maybe this will come up and hit 284 at the same time that SPY hits its inside range. And I'm just trying to look at all of these at the same time and see which stock, which market is giving the best levels, and are they sort of giving the same theme? Like, are they all giving an inside day? Or like you can see here, AMD again did sort of what the other ones did, a double top, sort of a rising devil and or a range resistance. A doji, you know, small selling candle. So I have a feeling tomorrow NVIDIA, AMD, SPY, all of them are going to give similar, they're all going to move similarly, but it's, my question will be, well, which one has the better level, the better higher time frame level that I believe in to trade around? And then can I look at all of them and come up with a common theme as to what they're doing today? Are they all preparing to break this inside day and trend up? If so, which one is going to give me the best level to trade around? Or are they all going to be rangy again? If so, which one gives the best range levels? And then which one has more RVOL and more volume, because that one's probably going to move a bit better too. All right, that's all I got.